Hello there, it's Doug again, and another pen-related video. I've just done the unboxing and first look of the PenBBS 456 that I received, and I played with the nib for a while and did some smoothing on it and some expanding of the tines to make it wetter. But I'm still not happy with the quality of the nib, so I'm going to do a nib swap and see whether I'm a little bit happier with a different nib on this 456. I've got some choices here. This is a Schmidt fine point that I took from my Moonman M600. I replaced that nib with a Moonman nib rather than this Schmidt nib, and I'm very happy with that pen now. But this Schmidt actually might be better than the fine point PenBBS that was in this 456. So I'm going to try to take this nib out of here and replace it with the Schmidt. I've got some other choices as well. I've got a couple of these chrome Iridium Point number 6 nibs that I got from Bobby. He just threw them in with a couple of pen purchases. And I've got a couple of these Fullywen mediums that I got from Bobby as well. I've not used these nibs in any pens, so they have not been smooth or anything like that. But if the Schmidt doesn't end up serving my needs, then I will give those mediums a try instead. I do want to get this 456 working. So I'm going to attempt to remove the nib from this feed and housing and see whether I can put that Schmidt in there. So the nib in the feed pull out of this assembly. I've already pulled it out, and I used my rubber mats to get a grip on this to loosen it up. The first time out, it's a little bit of a chore to get them out, but it comes. Now it's just sort of friction fit at this point. So I want to show you. Okay, just friction fit. There. I want to show you how this PenBBS nib, it has a little bit of a shelf right there where the nib butt end sits on the feed, so you know that it's in the right place. It's a nice little feature. But what I notice is that the Schmidt, if I put them together here, you notice that the Schmidt is shorter than the PenBBS by a couple of millimeters. So it doesn't fit right back against that little shelf. So what I'm going to do, we'll see if this works or not, is I'm going to set it back from the tip just where the feed touches the shoulders, hold on to it there, and then fit it into the assembly. Let's see what I can get it in the right way. There, now the feed's all the way in. And I'm going to pull the nib out just a touch. We'll see whether I want to have a little bit of space so that it's spaced about the same as the PenBBS was. That looks similar to what the PenBBS nib sat in that feed. And so it's sitting back from that little shelf just a little bit. We'll see whether that works or not. Then we fit the whole thing together. Just hold it by the edges here so I don't damage the feed. There we go. And adjust the nib again. That looks like it might work. The feed is now firmly installed in the section. Now all I have to do is put it back in the pen and see if it writes. Okay, so I put the Schmidt nib back in the pen. I dipped it a bit and pumped the piston a little bit to saturate the feed. And this is the Schmidt fine on the PenBBS. So let's give this a try, see whether it's more superior to the PenBBS one. Let's see. So this is the PenBBS 456 clear with a Schmidt fine nib. It's the same ink as I had in it before, which is the Konpeki. And you can hear some feedback. A lot wetter. And a lot more pleasurable writing experience. Much, much better. So this was a successful swap. I think I'm going to leave this nib in this pen. And now I can start using that ink supply. With the PenBBS nib, I was just not going to write that much with it. So I'm glad I did this swap. Again, a short little video showing the swap. Hope you enjoyed it. And thank you for watching. And that's all she wrote.